Hello. Welcome to the special pilot section of Business and Professional Writing. My name is Dr. Michael Austin, and I will be your instructor for this term. As I said, this is a pilot section. We're using podcasts in this course and a whole bunch of new technologies that we've just purchased at Newman University to try to change and improve the way that we offer online and distance instruction in our business program and some of our other majors that require online delivery. So you're going to kind of be guinea pigs, but you're going to be very lucky guinea pigs because you are the first to experience what I hope will be a very exciting and dynamic kind of course delivery mechanism that we will be able to use for courses throughout the university in the coming years. What this very first podcast is, and I put this not only on the website but also on YouTube so that everybody can find it with just a click. This is an introduction to both the course and also to the technologies that we're going to use to deliver the course. And I'm going to send this out to everybody about a week in advance so that you can make sure that everything's working in order, that you aren't having computer problems, so that if you are having computer problems, you contact me. And that way we'll be sure that when we begin on March 14th, everybody will have their computers in working order. So sit back, relax, enjoy if you can, and let's talk about how business and professional communication, business and professional writing is going to work this semester in this format. First, the textbook. It is this book right here, which you also have a picture of on your right, and it's Kitty Locker and Stephen Kaczmarek's Business Communication Building Critical Skills, the 5th edition, which is available in the Newman University bookstore and on fine virtual outlets everywhere. This book is an excellent business communication book. It is divided into a series of 30 different modules or course packets that can be taught and read in just about any order. We won't read all of the modules, but we're going to read most of them in this class, and the book is going to be the major place of instruction for the course. I'm going to do 3 podcasts for every reading assignment, but the podcasts aren't going to just go over information from the book. They're going to add on to it and extend on it, and on your examinations, you will be accountable for both the information in the book, in the reading assignments, and the information in the lecture podcast. So please, read each week carefully. Read each assignment carefully, and be prepared to discuss on the bulletin boards what you've read, and be prepared to answer questions at the midterm and the final about the chapters in the book, as well as the information in the podcast. Here's how the requirements for the course will be divvied up. There are 12 lectures in the course. These would be equivalent to 12 class periods that you would come and listen to a lecture and do assignments and do group work and all of the other things that we would do in a once a week or twice a week class that met for about 3 hours. So each lecture, which is roughly a class period, will consist of a reading assignment that you do on your own, 3 podcasts of 10 to 15 minutes each, where I will give you additional information. As I said, I will not go over simply what's in the text, but I'll give you additional expansive information about the material that we're covering. And each lecture, each class period will have a required writing assignment. And this means that there are going to be 12 writing assignments, and I know that's a lot, but listen, I've been doing this for about 20 years, and I know that there's no way to teach writing without requiring writing. Now, none of these are going to be papers in the traditional sense of a paper. These will be memos or emails or web page assignments, or one of them will even be a speech rather than a writing assignment, a presentation type speech. But these are the kinds of assignments. So this is the kind of writing that you will do in the business world. And all of the writing assignments will come from the exercises at the end of the chapters in this book. The authors here have done a very good job of crafting real-world kinds of assignments for you to use. And then I will also ask that you post 3 times to the course bulletin board on Blackboard for each lecture that we do. If you do more than 3 posts, that will count as extra credit. And these bulletin board posts should be substantial, not just, yeah, I agree with your sister kinds of posts. This is what is supposed to emulate the discussion that takes place in a class. So if you will post to these, then that will be about 10% of your final grade, plus that will be the only avenue for extra credit if you need to make up points on an exam or some sort of thing. There will also be 2 examinations, a midterm and a final. The midterm will cover the first 6 modules, and the final exam will cover the last 6 modules. The final will not be cumulative. And these together will consist of your grade in the course. The backbone of the course will be delivered through the Blackboard site at Newman University. You may be familiar with this site already. I know a lot of courses use it for supplemental instructions, but we're going to deliver the whole course through the Blackboard site and through, as I'll show you in a minute, some other possible alternative ways to get the course podcasts. But you will log on to this site, which you can click on right from the link that I sent you, or you can access it from the main university page, and you will go to the Business and Professional Writing site, which is the course that you should all be enrolled in, and you should all be able to access this page. The first page that you'll see will be where I will place announcements when there are major course announcements or things that you're not aware of for me to inform you of. The second link on the left will be the course syllabus, which I've already sent you, but you'll always have it here. And you can also download it by clicking that link if you want it in a Word format. The bulk of the course will be delivered through these podcasts, which is what you're watching right now. And the one you're watching right now is right here, Introduction to Business Communication. You will have 3 podcasts in every lecture and 2 lectures per week. To complete one of the lectures, you should first watch all 3 of the podcasts and read the book. And the podcast information will reinforce what's in the reading assignment for this day. You should post at least 3 times to the bulletin board, and you should complete the assignment. And the assignment here, for the first podcast, asks you to place your assignment on the bulletin board. But almost all of the rest of them will use the Dropbox. And when you just click on the assignment, you will see this window where you can write the assignment or create it or paste it in, or you can attach a file, depending on how you want to deliver the assignment to me. It will then go to my Dropbox, where I'll be able to grade it and place the grade onto Blackboard, and you'll be able to access it as soon as I've finished grading the assignment. We will also be using the discussion board. Each of the lectures will have a discussion board thread that you'll be able to access here, and you'll need to post at least once and then respond at least twice. So a total of 3 posts where you're also commenting on other people's posts for each of the lectures that will constitute the course. Finally, if you go to the external link site on the Blackboard site, you will find this link to the iTunes University page. And this is if you happen to have one of those many handheld devices, iPhones, iPods, iPads, Android phones, smartphones, tablet computers that can run iTunes and that can access the iTunes server, you can go here and you can download all of the podcasts for the course directly onto your iTunes on your computer and put them on your device, or you can load them directly on your device without going through a computer at all. You just click on the link, and what it will do then is open up your iTunes and give you a page like this, and then you'll be able to choose to download all of them or to download any particular one of them or to subscribe so that the server will push them out to you whenever they're created. So if you want to do this, it will give you the ability to watch the course content of the course, not take the exams or do the bulletin board posts, but you'll be able to watch the course content anywhere on any device that can run iTunes. Even though I've been teaching college writing in a variety of forms for the last 20 years, And even though I am myself the author of a textbook on college writing, there are still some things that I'm not very good about teaching. And for these things, I have asked another one of my colleagues to co-teach the course with me. And he will occasionally come in and teach those things that I'm not particularly good at teaching. And I'm going to let him introduce himself right now. He's a bit much, but I think you will learn to like him.
Hello. It is my sad duty to inform you that your instructor, Dr. Michael Austin, is a wimp. By this I mean that he is a weenie, a trembling, craven, yellow-bellied, lily-livered girly man who doesn't know the first thing about teaching writing. I, on the other hand, am not a wimp. My name is Professor Reginald Flagbag. I hold a BA from UMW, an MA from CMU and a PhD from RPI. The wimp will try to tell you that good writing is about things like making arguments, understanding audiences, and thinking about context. What he will not tell you is the truth, that good writing is all about where you put the commas. From time to time, I will appear in these podcasts to teach you about grammar. You will learn about commas, semicolons, relative pronouns, verb tenses, and all of the other things that make life worth living. I am only sorry that you cannot take my entire course called The Glory of Grammar. I promise we will meet again soon. But, for now, it's back to Weenie Boy for the rest of the podcast.
Okay, so between us, Professor Flagbag and I should be able to cover just about everything that's important in business and professional writing. I'd like to ask two more things from each of you during the coming week before March 14th, when the course will officially start. First, let me know that you've seen this podcast and that you've checked out the technology, you've accessed the Blackboard page and all of the various podcasts on your own computer, and that things work. I want to know that everybody in the course has the technology functioning before we begin. If it's not functioning, let me know that too, and I'll do what I need to do on my end, or we'll walk you through whatever we need to walk you through on your end to make sure that you're ready when class starts. Second, please send me a picture. One of the things that I'm going to do is set up a page where there are pictures of everybody so that people can see each other. This is one of the ways that I'm going to try to make this course a little bit more like a face-to-face course, and to do that I'm going to need a face. So any picture you have in any digital format, send it to me, or if you don't have a picture in digital format, come by my office in 326 Sacred Heart and we'll scan it in for you. But let's just try to see what we all look like. You're all going to see me through these podcasts. I would like your classmates to see you too. So that's it. Thank you very much. We have a week, then we're going to have a week on, then we'll have spring break, and then we're going to have the rest of the class. So I hope you find it enjoyable, and I hope you find it informative. Thank you very much, and goodbye.